Hi, and welcome to this productivity with VS Code video. In today's video, I'll be going over um, some of the most productive shortcuts and hotkeys which I use on a daily basis on VS Code to speed up my development process. Okay. Now, the first thing we would like to go over is the moving line of code up and down. And that's actually pretty simple to move something up and down. So let's say I wanted to move this line under or inside function block. Then I would hit or click on the Alt or Command key along with the arrow up or down key, and that will move my line up or down. Pretty easy, right? Now the next one is to duplicate a line of code. Now sometimes you find yourself wanting to duplicate a line of code. So let's say this line is already duplicate, and it's not even possible to have the same variable name. So just say, I'll just call it name2. So let's say I wanted to duplicate this line of code. Now to do that is we hit the Alt and Shift and arrow key. So I could duplicate it as much as I want. Okay, either you press the up arrow key or the bottom arrow key, and that will duplicate it for you. Now the next one is folding and unfolding a block of code, and a block of code is everything from here to here. So from the start or the opening bracket till the closing bracket. Okay, that is considered a block of code. And to do that, we usually would hit Command Alt and the square bracket. So Command Alt, square bracket to close, and the opposite bracket to open. Okay, now that's only to fold and unfold a single block, but what if I wanted to fold and unfold anything that can be folded in VS Code? Okay, this is mostly useful with block of codes like I mentioned here. So this is a block, this is a block, this is a block, okay? Everything inside is considered a block of code. Now to do that, similar to what we did previously, Command Alt bracket, except this time we're going to toggle the Shift key as well. So Command Alt Shift, and as you can see, everything that has a block or everything inside a block is being toggled on or off. Okay, and where this comes useful is if you want to focus on a single function, and let's say you have 10 functions in the same file. Okay, by hiding everything and then toggling the single block that you want to pay your attention to, it helps you focus and reduce noise. So this is where it becomes useful, and you'll find yourself using it a lot. Okay, so the next thing we want to go over is the copy paste, the copy, cut, paste, and undo, which are basic commands and every developer should know, but you'll be surprised how many people still don't have idea of how it works, and they still use the mouse to achieve this. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is the copying. Now to copy something with your keyboard, first we would like to highlight the word or the line, okay, and then we would hit Command C or Control C on Windows, and we would go under where we want to paste it. So I want to paste this here, and I would hit Command V. So Command C to copy, Command V to paste. Okay, now if I want to get rid of this completely, I would highlight it or cut it basically to move it from here. So copying, so what cutting is it copies and it deletes at the same time. So it deletes it off its place. So if I want to get rid of this line, I would hit Command X And if I want to paste it, Command V again, guys. Now if I want to undo what I did, okay, so the previous operations, I want to undo them. And that, to get that, we use Command Z. So I could hit Command Z as much as I want to undo operations. Now to redo an operation, it's Command Y. Okay, so that's very basic, you know, very basic operations or hotkeys that every developer should really know. And if you don't know that, then it's totally fine. You'll get to know it. The more you use it, the more it will register in your head. Okay, so the next thing we want to go over is moving to the start or end of a word. Now I know we can go with the arrow key right or left to move, but what if you wanted to move to the, like, let's say to the end here? You know, it takes time for the cursor to move like that. But what if what if I tell you we can actually move word by word instead of moving character by character? So we move word by word. So from one word to another. And that is done using the Alt key and right or left arrow key. So as you can see, I'm moving word by word, skipping spaces. So when moving with the right key, it's actually leaving the cursor at the end of the word. And when moving back with the left key, it's moving the cursor to the beginning of the word. Okay. Now the next one is moving to the start, end, top, or bottom of a line or file. And how is that done? It's as simple as Command arrow key. To move to the start of a line, Command left arrow key. To move to the top of a file, Command up. To move to the bottom, Command bottom key. Very easy, very simple, and it's very helpful to kind of know these so you can navigate through your code very easily. Now the next one is selection of code. Okay, to be able to select a code, again, you might use your mouse or your touchpad to select a line of code or a word or a character, and that's perfectly fine. But you can actually use your keyboard to achieve that as well. And to do that, to start the selection process in VS Code, or any other applications really, some applications will have this as well, some might not, is just to hit the Shift and arrow key. Okay, so I can select, unselect, or I could start my selection from here, select or select backwards. If I wanted to select a word, okay, how do I do that? If I wanted to do it fast enough, now I know that the Alt and the arrow moves between words, right? So I could use that to my advantage. I could hit the selection, click on the Alt, and hit the arrow key. So Alt or Option, Shift, and arrow key to select a word. If I want to select the next word, I would hit it again. If I want to select the next word as well, I would hit it again. What if I wanted to select the whole line? Now I know from previous one of the previous commands I showed you guys is if you press Command and the arrow, it moves to the end of the line. And if I press Command and the left arrow key, it moves to the beginning of the line. Now I could use that to my advantage. I know selection starts with the Shift, so I'm going to toggle the Shift, and I'm going to toggle the Command, and I'm going to toggle the right arrow key, and that will select the whole line for me. Very easy, right? Now, moving on to the next one, which is the multiple cursors. So sometimes you find your way, you want to, let's say you have a lot of variables with the same name or the same value, and you want to change their names. So you want to modify the value here, okay? Now to do that, you could do it one by one, then you go here and make some changes. That's a very slow procedure. Now the easiest way is with the duplicate cursors or multiple cursors in the same in the placeholders where you want to change, or um, in the line or word where you want to make a change. And the easiest way is to do it with the mouse. If I wanted to make a change here, then I would hit the command key and I would go under to the next place where I want to make a change as well. So, and I'm going to click, and now we have two cursors in two different lines, and in here I could make a change and it will update both of them. Okay, and this can be extended to multiple cursors, so I could add another cursor here, I could add it here, I could add it here, and so on. Okay, so that's command, and mouse click. Now if I wanted to do that with the keyboard entirely without the use of the mouse or the touchpad, it's possible as well. And to do that, it's with the Control Shift arrow. So Control Shift arrow up or arrow down. Okay, very easy and very helpful. But I don't want to do anything here. I just wanted to show you how to get that done. And yeah, so let's move on to the next line, number 9, deleting a whole line. Now obviously if you want to delete a whole line, you can double click with the mouse and you can just click on the backspace, or you could highlight it and hit Command X to cut it, which deletes it really. Or another option, which is the fastest option, is to hit the Command Shift K. Now I use this all the time. Very fast, very easy. And so it's Command Shift K to delete a whole line. Okay. Open an existing file. To open an existing file, guys, it's very easy. So we hit the Command P option and it will show you a list of your files that are in this project. And if you can't find your file, you just search for it. Now I'm already using this file, but I'm just demonstrating how it's been used. So search for it and then hit the Enter command and it will open up that file for you. Okay. Now to get to the command palette or the command window in VS Code, it is very easy as well. You hit the Command Shift P and that opens up your command palette where you can do a lot of things, such as toggle plugins. You could change the theme. You could change the colors. You could do a lot of things from here. Okay, and if you haven't used that, then I suggest you learn a bit about it. It's it's a very useful thing in VS Code, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have used this and know what this is. Okay, now to open a new file, in here, it's very easy. We do Command N, okay, and then we could something and save it. And but in here I don't want to save it really, but that's to open a new file, a new tab. Okay, to close a tab, is Command W. Okay, so to open a new tab is Command N, to close it is Command W, and actually there was one thing as well I wanted to show you. Let me open the previous file. I think I have a file that created somehow. Let me just open this file, for example, okay? And in here, I want to close it. So I'm gonna hit Command W. It's closed, right? But what if I wanted to get it back without having to browse through my files and just, I wanted to get it fast as possible. To do that, to bring back a recent closed file, we hit the Command Alt or Command Shift T. and that will bring you back straight away without having to move from where you are. Okay. Now, to close a window, I think that's the final thing, is to close a window. Now, to close a window, this is considered a window or an application. I could basically go with Command W, basically Command W until there is no longer a file open, and that's when the application will close. Now, the easiest option is to hit Command Shift W, and that will close the window completely for you. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. This is, my second video, and I'm really trying to, get better at it. This is like my at least 5th or 10th take on this video. So please be patient, and hopefully the audio is improved. Thank you very much for watching.